Hello everyone, you're welcome to solve this nice algebra problem, which is the cube root of 14 plus square root of x, then plus the cube root of 14 minus square root of x. This is equal to 4. So what is the value of x given that x is not equal to 0 and that x is greater than 0? So let's prevent the solution from here. So we have that the cube root of 14 plus square root of x, then plus the cube root of 14 minus the square root of x. This is equal to 4. So the first step from here, we can let a to be equal to the cube root of 14 plus square root of x, and that b be equal to the cube root of 14 minus square root of x. Substituting a and b into this equation, then this implies that a plus b, this is equal to 4. Let's call this equation 1. Now, we have the next step. The next step is that we have that a plus b equal to 4. That is a plus b. This is equal to 4. Let's raise this to power 3 on both sides, so that now here we have a plus b raised to the power of 3 and 4 to the power of 3. So a plus b raised to the power of 3, this is the same thing as a to the power 3, then plus 3a squared b, then plus 3ab squared, then plus b cubed. This is equal to 4 raised to the power 3. This is equal to 64. So this implies that here we have a to the power of 3, then plus b to the power of 3, then plus, now we have 3a squared b, then plus 3ab squared. So we can factor out 3ab, so that now into the parentheses we have a plus b. This is equal to 64. The next step from here, let's substitute the value of a here and the value of b, so that now here we have the cube root of 14 plus the square root of x raised to the power of 3, then plus the cube root of, here we have 14 subtract square root of x, everything here raised to the power of 3, then plus we have 3a times b, so plus 3ab into the parentheses a plus b. This is the same thing as equation 1, which is equal to 4. This is equal to 64. So let's eliminate the cube root sign from here. Let's simplify here, so that now we have 14. This is 14 plus square root of x, then plus, let's eliminate the cube root sign here as well, so that we have 14 subtract square root of x, then plus, here we have 3 times a. Actually, this is the cube root of 14 plus the square root of x multiplied by the cube root of 14 subtract the square root of x, cross the parentheses here, multiplied by 4. This is equal to 64 from here. Now, as you can check here, square root of x minus square root of x simplifies, so that now we have 14 plus 14. This is equal to 28. Then plus, here we have 3 and 4, so 4 times 3, this is 12. Into the parentheses here, we have the cube root of 14 plus square root of x multiplied by the cube root of 14 minus the square root of x, cross the parentheses here. This is equal to 64. The next step from here, let's take 28 on the right hand side, so that now here we have 12 into the parentheses. this is the cube root of 14 plus the square root of x multiplied by the cube root of 14 subtract square root of x. This is equal to 64 minus 28. So the next step from here, we have 12 into the parentheses. This is the cube root of 14 plus square root of x times the cube root of 14 subtract the square root of x. This is equal to 64 minus 28, and this is equal to 36. So the next step from here, let's divide both sides by 12. So here by 12. So that if you simplify here, we have the cube root of 14 plus square root of x times the cube root of 14 subtract square root of x. This is equal to 36 divided by 12, and this is equal to 3. The next step is that you find that the cube root of 14 plus square root of x times the cube root of 14 minus square root of x. This is in the form of the cube root or the nth root of a times b, which can be expressed as the nth root of a multiplying. Now from here, you find that the cube root of 14 plus square root of x times the cube root of 14 minus square root of x. This is in the form of the nth root of a times the nth root of b, which can be expressed as the nth root of a times b. So let's apply this property so that now here we have the cube root of 14 plus the square root of x multiplied by, here we have 14, that is 14 minus square root of x from here. So this is equal to 3. So here we have the cube root of, this is 14 times 14, which is 196. Then subtract 14 times minus square root of x, which is 14 square root of x. Then plus, this is square root of x times 14. So we have 14 square root of x here. And then again here, we have square root of x times minus square root of x. So this becomes minus square root of x times square root of x from here. This is equal to 3. Now, the next step from here, we have the cube root of 196. Now, negative 14 square root of x, this simplifies. And then you find that square root of x times square root of x, this is the same thing as x. So this is minus x. This is equal to 3. The next step from here, let's raise it to the power of 3. Also here to the power of 3. So let's get the cube on both sides so that here we eliminate the cube root sign here, so that we have 196 subtract x. This is equal to 3 to the power of 3, and this is equal to 27 from here. So we have 196. Let's take 196 on the right hand side so that minus x is equal to 27 minus 196, and this is actually equal to minus x, which is equal to minus 169. So that we divide both sides by minus, and then we have that x is equal to 169. So this is the value of x. The next step is to verify that this value of x satisfies the equation. Let's verify from here. Now, we have the equation as the cube root of, this is 14, plus we have the square root of x, then plus the cube root of 14, subtract the square root of x. They should give us a value of 4 from here. Now let's substitute the value of x, which is 169. So we have the cube root of 14 plus the square root of 169, then plus, here we have the cube root of 14 minus the square root of x, which is 169. This is supposed to give us a value of 4. So again from here, we have the cube root of 14 plus, we have the square root of 169, and this is equal to 13. Then plus the cube root of 14 minus the square root of 169, this is equal to 13. This is supposed to give us a value of 4. So here we have the cube root of 14 plus 13. This is 27. So we have the cube root of 27. Then plus the cube root of 14 minus 1. This is the cube root of 1. This is supposed to give us a value of 4. And this implies that here we have the cube root of 27 plus the cube root of 1. This should give us a value of 4. So the cube root of 27, this is 3. Then plus the cube root of 1, this is 1. This should give us a value of 4. So 1 plus 3, this is 4, which is equal to 4. And this implies that the left add side is equal to the right add side. And this implies that the value of x, which is equal to 169, satisfies the equation. So kindly follow the steps, like this video and subscribe. Kindly like this video and subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye bye.